Hey everybody, Eric here from Tea and Tobacco. I realized I did not make an intro video for myself for the YouTube pipe community, so I am doing that now. Thanks to Stay at Home Piper for pointing that out to me. The input is greatly appreciated. So anyways, my name's Eric and I live in New Hampshire, so it's very cold outside right now, which is why I'm not smoking, because one, I can't do it outside, and two, I can't open the window to exhaust my office, unfortunately. So I'm not smoking right now. It is what it is. So a little about me and this channel. This channel is called Tea and Tobacco, and I really think the two things go together, at least for me. I like both of them, and I think the experience can be generally the same. You know, enjoying tea and enjoying a cigar or pipe. It's a lot of relaxation and just the enjoyment of what you're doing. And so really how I got into tea is when I was younger. Yeah, I used to drink tea, just, you know, regular black tea. And at some point my mom brought home green tea, and I really liked green tea a lot more than, you know, Lipton black tea or whatever. And then as time went on, I got some other green teas, but little did I know the stuff in the bags, you know, shredded up dust basically. And about 6 years ago or so, I got into loose whole leaf teas, and wow, what a difference that makes. I started buying some at the Asian supermarkets that they had, and obviously it was lower quality, but it was a lot better than Lipton's tea. And then it just kind of progressed from there. So most of my tea drinking right now is a lot of fresh teas, so stuff that isn't aged at all. You know, green teas, white teas, oolong. And for those of you who are coming to this channel through tobacco, yes, they do age green tea. Or I mean, they do age tea. And that type of tea is called pu'er. And they say that the peak of flavor is at 50 years for a lot of the raw teas. These are relatively new to me, so if you're with this, if you subscribe to this channel and follow me, it's going to be a new experience for me that I'll be sharing with you, because I'm not well versed in those teas. But it's an experience, so we'll see how it goes. How I got into tobacco, I was not a kid. I was actually in my early 20s. I was at my dad's house, and he had some cigar catalogs on his coffee table, and I was just looking at them. And I didn't realize how many different cigars were out there. And he had gotten a combo pack that you could get from Thompson's, 50 cigars and a humidor for like 75 bucks, something like that. So the first cigar I had was a Thompson's house brand. Not that good. I couldn't tell you about the rest of their house brands, but that one wasn't very good. So I was thinking to myself, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like cigars. So I was looking in the catalogs, and you see the ratings from like Cigar Aficionado and whatnot. And I went down to the local store, which was a stationery store, but they also had humidors, which was really strange. And I bought, the first two cigars I ever bought was an Onyx and a Partega Spanish Rosado. And one, those are still two of my favorite cigars. And those are really the two cigars that showed me, hey, no, cigars can be good. The Thompson's ones just weren't. So that's kind of how I got into cigars. And that year also, my dad bought me a small humidor combo that came with the top 5 cigars of the year. It was through Two Guys Smoke Shop, which is a local shop here in New Hampshire. And actually, I still have it. It's behind me, dropping stuff right there. And I actually still have one of the cigars from that 10-pack. It was a Gurkha Master Select, so it's like 12 years old now. So from there, having those top cigars, you kind of got the gist of what cigars were all about. You know, if these are considered the best, then I think I can follow through with this type of hobby. And I actually still remember one of the cigars that was in it was a Rocky Patel 1990. And the thing I remember about that is I was smoking it with my dad. My dad had one too. And we were out on the patio. He was grilling something. And I remember there was just a tiny hole in the wrapper. And every time I drew on it, just a little stream of smoke came out the tiny hole. That's just one of the weird things I remember. And also, the 1990s are probably my favorite cigar right now. Off and on from then until a couple years ago, cigar smoking was kind of sporadic. I would buy one or two here and there from the store. My little 20 count humidor doesn't exactly hold a lot, so I never really had a lot on hand or was buying, you know, bundles or boxes. But I wanted to smoke more often, but cigars were kind of expensive relatively to my income at the time, so I'm like, well, maybe I can smoke a pipe. So I went down to a local tinderbox and got a pipe. It was a Brebbia full bent that is actually over there on my to be cleaned rack that I still smoke quite a lot, and they have a blend called Wilshire, which is really just Lane 1Q relabeled. So that's how I ended up getting into pipes, because obviously per smoke, it's a lot cheaper than cigars. From the Lane 1Q, I tried a few other aromatics. Devil's Holiday is one I remember. And then I tried a blend called Connoisseur, which was a La Taquilla blend that Connoisseur was just from Tinderbox. So I don't know if it's just a rebranded something else. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And then that's kind of moved me into almost exclusively smoking La Taquilla blends. And now I've kind of moved back towards Virginias and whatnot. So really, I'd say about 80 to 90% of my smoking is La Taquilla blends. And then the rest is Virginias and Vapors and Burleys and that type of thing. So those don't see as much pipe time as the La Taquilla blends do. So that's it for me, I guess. Really, that's me in a nutshell of how I got from nothing to, you know, smoking a pipe and cigars. Oh, my dad also got me a rolling kit this past Christmas for cigars, so I've been doing a lot of cigar rolling lately too. So that's going to show up on my channel as well. So that's it for me. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I enjoy seeing all your videos of the YouTube pipe community, and I subscribe to quite a few channels. So be sure to like and subscribe and follow along, and I will see you later on Tea and Tobacco. Thanks, guys. Probably gonna fall off very soon. I just wanted to kind of announce that I'm basically going to do a launch, if you will, and do videos on a regular cadence. So starting April 2nd, I'm going to start doing a cigar video on Saturday, tea on Tuesday, and then pipe tobacco on Thursdays. So it's going to be cigar Saturdays, tea Tuesdays, and tobacco Thursdays.